Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to GirlChatSports with Mo and Mel. I'm Mel.
Yep.
That's Mo. And
Okay.
it's West Coast Wednesdays. Still a little hot out here. Not as hot, but I can tell you I am tired of humidity. I want it gone.
It's too much.
It's too much. It's hot inside. It's hot outside. It's hot. I mean, it's
Right.
everywhere. I mean, it's not. I don't know how people in humid climates can deal with this stuff all summer
I
long.
don't
Like
either. Because we get a
it's
break
really,
in the
yeah,
heat with the
it's a lot.
rain. And then it's like 70
Okay.
or 80
Yeah.
degrees. And then that humidity kicks in the next day. It's just not good.
It's something you
It's
can't
terrible.
really control. It's just,
I know, but just it's not good.
oh,
I don't like
man.
it.
So there's lots to talk about today. We're definitely going to get into the Deshaun Watson thing here shortly. We've got some stuff to talk about with the Aces, the WNBA. There's been a couple of major passings in the sports world that we want to acknowledge and salute to. There's a whole, we got to listen, there's a whole hot topic within the sneakers drop segment. So we definitely want you to stay tuned for that. And not only do we have one Jugadore Loco or two, I believe we're at 4 or 5 for this week. So it's maybe it's the humidity for these folks. Maybe the humidity is driving people crazy. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you, yeah, there's been a lot of wild things happening here. So we'll just get right into it. You know, we got to talk about Deshaun. So, you know, on Monday, the suspension came down of being 6 games suspended. And then what broke out today was that the NFL was appealing that decision. And they're looking for him to have a year plus indefinite for him, as well as fines for, if not just Deshaun Watson, but also for possibly the Browns. I'm not sure. There's so much to
It's a
unpack here.
shame.
Here's what I don't. Let's first start off by this. We are a women's sports show. We are 2 women. We do not condone any sexual assaults. We do not condone any sexual. We don't condone the implication that women are lying and that we shouldn't be trusting the women. There's a lot of factors within this that don't add up. And number one being the NFL and the NFLPA agreed during their last bargaining agreement that they would have a third party make these decisions. And that third party was or I forgot her name, Sue Robinson, who made the decision for a 6-game suspension. So if you
And
are
that's a woman.
already,
So let that sink in.
hello,
Woman that made that decision. Let that
and let's
sink
not
in.
forget all the cases, all the allegations. This is all coming from
That's what I'm
Texas, where
saying.
he went to 2 courts. He had, I think, district court and superior court, and he was found not guilty of all those the charges that were brought to them. And it's Texas. Like, you don't think that one state out of the entire country that wants to probably prosecute him wouldn't be Texas, and they couldn't find anything to do so.
Right.
However, that being said,
But it was a code of conduct violation.
yes,
That's the thing. So that's the punishment more so than what he
and
actually did.
my thing is, how much more would nobody ever see? A lot of people take the NFL, and make it jokes about it, and it's clear because why? Like, you've made an agreement to have a third party make these decisions, and now you're going to appeal that person's judgment because you want more. So why did you even do this in the first place?
I don't know. But keep in mind, Zeke Elliott and also Big Ben had 6-game suspensions for their sexual allegations that they had on them. And I don't know if 6 is just the
like, I don't
or
remember Big Ben's. Like, I don't know as far as how much
he was 6 games too.
proof there was.
There wasn't,
we saw Zeke lift that girl's top up. We saw him,
but they both got 6.
Right.
And anything that's pertaining to women or any of that sounds like 6 is the standard punishment.
And I know they're talking about the guy who got in trouble for betting on his team. I think
That
it
was
was
a whole
Falcons,
year.
right? Yeah, whole
and
year.
Then don't forget the drugs. Spending the whole season on the weed. But women, human beings,
right?
6 games. I'm just saying,
like I said, there's a lot to unpack with that one.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, if the NFL wanted to give him a year and a year indefinite, like why even give it out to somebody else to be
I
doing
need
it?
to know. I don't know.
And like you said, it's a woman judge or a woman a woman that is giving down this sentence as well. She wasn't pleased by it by no means. She gave some words in there in regards to his actions and behaviors, and
she only went off of what NFL told her and what Players Association told her. Everything she ran in the report was from their version to that version. Like, what do you do?
I mean, there's not much that can be done at that point.
Right. So that's why she's like 6 games.
What else can she do? Hey, Cassandra, Sports needs to check it in. It's not that he is found not guilty. The grand jury decided not to indict him. He did not go to trial. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
But you didn't indict him either. I don't know.
Right.
And I don't mean to say
don't do this anymore. Like, really, don't do this anymore.
I don't know. It's a
Deshaun,
tough topic.
don't do this anymore.
And it's also just weird timing in Texas. Like he's being held from playing. He wants to be out. They won't let him out. And the next thing you know, all of these cases come out.
First of all, yeah, what started was the fact that he wanted to be traded. Yeah. It seemed very convenient that once he wanted to announce he wanted to be traded, all of this came out.
And we're not saying that, it should be like, it shouldn't be okay for women to come out at any time. It's just the fact that
but it's just the timing of it all. Like you're breaking down the time of that. And I said, not to mention that time was kind of weird. So
like it didn't happen after he already got traded and maybe you felt like he was out of the distance. You felt safer that way. No, it happened while he's still in Texas and you're waiting. Okay. Versus, I don't know. It just.
Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
It really is that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Cassandra. The MFer was a predator, strong language from the judge. She basically said the NFL has janky rules and they need to warn players that there is more strict punishment coming. Absolutely. I mean, we've seen these guys get off with far less for a DV incident caught on film with proof, with videotape behind it.
We're not saying he's not guilty.
No.
I'm just saying the way they handled this is not. It's very.
The way it was handled, the way things came out, just coincidence. Sure, big coincidence. I don't know.
It's. He needs to not do that though. He needs help. For real. Like, you need to not do that to these women.
And a lot
that should be part of the suspension, like on the 6 days is therapy or something.
Oh God!
Just to figure out the why. Like
he needs a lot of it.
So
Sandra says that him strongly wanting to be traded could have been a reaction to knowing something that was coming downhill.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, don't think of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right.
There's definitely options for sure. Yeah.
I'm kind of more leaning towards that. Just never thought of that.
Man. Here we thought he didn't like the team because the Texans suck anyway. So let's get that straight.
Well,
so of course we all think that he wants out because the team sucks and he wants to pursue his career and do more for their team. But that definitely maybe he saw that they knew that was coming.
I don't know. Gosh, crazy.
And Cassandra also said that NFL is more worried about Tom Brady and his balls and what
we know that. That's the moneymaker.
Yeah, that's the prize there.
Yeah, that's the prize. Is he going to retire this season? Is he not? What is he going to do?
So what's left with the Deshaun Watson case is that today, so the NFLPA and Deshaun Watson's team have 2 days to appeal the decision. There will be 3 outside experts to make recommendations to Roger Goodell or his designee, which I'm not sure who that is. And then Goodell and his designee would make the final decision as onto length of suspension.
Oh,
so And from what it sounds like, the NFL wants him to have a 1 year minimum, 1 year indefinite suspension.
Yeah.
Which also brings me back to, I think, a point that Natasha Gransbury had talked about when I think the deal he made with the Browns was first made, is that his agents / maybe attorneys, they had it lined up to where his first year of income was like literally $1 million compared to that 230 left.
Right,
so that
right.
should something happen with
Right.
this year, it's not so much affecting him, which was a smart play.
Very smart.
In hindsight, but yeah,
That's right.
Whoo! Oh, Sean, watch out, Cleveland. Just watch out.
That's your second team, girl. How are you feeling?
I mean, I feel like my second team could be interchangeable at some point. I don't really have a second team. I like Baker. I liked, Njoku. But of course, I don't know. I still kind of like the Browns. I don't know about this. This whole thing is just a travesty. Listen, I got a number one. I feel like if you got a number one, you could always swap out the number two.
Every time we do the pick'ems, you guys
swap out that first.
Pick the Browns.
Yeah, that was last season.
And then preface with that being her second team. Just going off of what the receipts say.
Receipts are there for sure. I definitely did all that. I know. I'm not. I'm
just a bookkeeper. I'm just checking, making sure it's accurate information over here.
What's up, Goose? Shout out to Let the Ball Bounce. All right, so
how the Braves doing?
As if Deshaun couldn't be in the Jugadores Locos himself, we have a whole separate segment geared toward those Jugadores Locos because there was so many of them this week. First one being the rookie offensive tackle,
this guy,
Trevor Penning. He's a Saints rookie, so he's kicked out of practice today after he got into fights on 3 consecutive days with Saints defenders. How many? I get maybe one, I get one. It happens. You're
3 days in a row?
Hot-headed. 3 days in a row? Isn't that 3 strikes? You're out?
Was it 3 days in a row?
It was 3 consecutive days in a row.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was. Okay. I just didn't know if they were basically whatever beef they had the first day, they weren't over it the second day and they still needed to continue for the third day.
And the third day, I mean, my thing is, where's Coach at? What's he telling them? I just feel like that seems a little excessive. Like, I know DK got into a little verbal altercation with Seattle for a hot minute. Yes, I think yesterday or Monday in practice, but that was just, a one-time thing so far. But 3 consecutive days, and you're a rookie.
I want to know what the beef was.
Right. Where's that in Hard Knocks?
There had to be some beef going on. There had to be.
There's got to be something all the time.
Definitely, because it carried over. Like, they could not quash the beef the first day. I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Yeah, we going to see. Goes down again. Still not done.
What can you do?
This ain't over. Now people end up, this ain't over. Here goes the third day. This ain't over day.
There goes a whole.
There's got to be some kind of something. I need to know details. Like, don't tell me about no fight like that and I don't have no tea on it. Like, I need to know the prompt. I need a whole
That's a lot. I noticed a lot of these stories lately. I think maybe because there's so much going on.
Like, they tell us the end
Everybody's
of the story,
just giving half stories. Yeah, they're just like, more news to follow. No, we want it now. If you're gonna make an article on it, I want the full story.
Yeah, if you're gonna say down goes Frazier and we don't know how, it's like, what did you? What? Send us all of it.
So I'm gonna say the best one for last. If you all remember the ex-Seahawk, Chad Wheeler, he had got into that domestic violence issue with his girlfriend, and people were upset that they didn't make enough media coverage. Right. He's been waiting on his trial to start, which I believe is like in end of September. So he's been on house arrest since then. He's been waiting for the case to go through. He was already diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and even his ex at the time said she wasn't sure, if he was going through a breakdown or whatnot, but he had basically said the reason why he was choking her was that he was having a manic episode. So come to July 31st, I think this was actually during Seattle's heat wave they had. They had 5 days of consecutive 90-degree weather, which is like unheard of in Seattle. He had been reported he tampered with the home monitoring device. He basically took off all his clothes, removed the ankle bracelet as well, and then began wandering through the streets of Redmond, which is the east side of Seattle. So he's wandering around naked in a manic state.
You mean tell me he got the house arrest bracelet off too?
He took that off too.
How did he do that?
Maybe a couple MacGyver
He had an
episodes.
incredible Hulk movement. You're telling me this man is walking down the street now naked. He turned into the Hulk in the house and went outside. He's David Banner walking down the street.
Yeah. And letting it all hang out.
Ankle monitor says the Hulk.
Somebody stopped him. He ended up getting taken in to the hospital for a health check. He got released. The DA had tried to get it back on calendar to have him detained since he had broken the house monitoring, and they denied that. He's going back on house monitoring. He's going to have someone checking on him like bi-monthly. He has to also get his medications monitored by professionals to make sure he's taking these, I'm guessing, psych meds that he's on. So
is he living alone?
I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully not. If you
oh my God. Scary.
Man. Very scary. I'm surprised I didn't see anybody in my thread on Facebook talking about they saw the naked man walking through Redmond.
Oh my gosh.
It would have been pretty legit, pretty crazy.
Yeah. Somebody's got to have that on film.
Listen, I know. Shout out to Edith. She sent me this one earlier this week. So there was an Argentinian soccer player, Christian Tirone. He basically got kicked out of the game, as well as banned for life from his team, Deportivo Garmense, because he punched one of the female referees in the back of the head. So according to the referee, she gave him a foul. He came up to her and started being very verbally abusive with her. If you know soccer, she showed him the red card. He ran up behind her and struck her behind the back of the head.
I could have killed her.
Man, listen. What are you doing?
They press charges on this guy for assault?
First of all, I've never seen many players in Major League Soccer or, Euro League Soccer act this way to a ref, and the fact that they're actually physically assaulting them from behind. Listen. So his whatever his penalty may be, it's going to come out later on. But for right now, he is banned for life from his.
That's my thing. He didn't get arrested. That's assault. I don't know how it works in their country, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're in Buenos Aires. I'm not sure kind of it didn't mention him. He was arrested, but there wasn't a description as to what he was charged, if he's convicted, that kind of stuff, or what the penalty towards him would be. So yeah, he was arrested. Sorry. I thought I mentioned that. Yeah, very much. Listen. And this is a new one for this morning, 7:00 in the morning. Marquise Hollywood Brown, now playing with the Cardinals. He just got moved over from the Ravens. He was arrested for criminal speeding in Phoenix. This was at 7:00 this morning. So here's the deal. Criminal speeding in Phoenix is anything over 20 miles over the posted speed limit. If any of you, like me, have driven in Phoenix, there's cameras everywhere to catch you for speed. They are hard on.
They do the most stops.
They do the most. So I believe speed limit's like 65. So I'm assuming he has to be somewhere over 85. But it's 7:00 in the morning. You got practice too, because he didn't get to practice.
Didn't it say it was 125 miles?
It didn't say. I didn't see an article that said it. But yeah, unless it came out later. Listen.
Let me look. I think that's
and you're on, and you've got training camp today, and he missed training camp. Yeah, very much so, you guys. Wow, full. It's too much. It's way too much. So we'll see what that happens. I think when they had a press conference this morning at the team facility, but it was prior to those allegations or his arrest being known. So the coach didn't have anything to say about it. So we'll see. I
want to see how fast he was going.
Yeah. If you find that, let me know. But it wasn't in the article that I saw. Excuse me. And then let's see. I think
it was TMZ. I saw.
Last but not least, this one we're going to have a discussion on, you guys. Feel free to join. So, Mr. Iman Shumpert.
This guy.
He got arrested in Dallas. You know, Texas people. Come on, we are tired. There's two. We were talking about before. There's a couple places you just don't want to mess around in. Texas, Florida, just to name a couple off top. Arrested in Dallas airport for having a quote unquote sizable amount of weed in his backpack on Saturday. He wasn't able to fly to LA where he was supposed to be visiting his daughter, I believe, or something like that. He also had a Glock magazine. Oh yeah, he had one. He also had a Glock magazine, 9mm rounds in his bag, but he didn't have a gun. But he had a magazine full of ammo
for that gun. What? How much did he have, Mel?
Over 6 ounces. Now I know some of you may not be understanding as to how much that could be. 6 ounces weight wise, like liquid, doesn't seem very much, right? Like that's the size of one of your like your makeup bottles and whatnot.
Right.
6 ounces in marijuana, because I watch a lot of those criminal things on.
Break it down.
Is basically like 6 sandwich bags full of weed. So maybe like a gallon bag full of weed would be because that's like half pound. I think it's a pound.
No, the big gallon bag
6 ounces.
Close to a pound, yeah. But that's 6 zips.
What are you doing? What is so like? How much do you have to smoke that you couldn't just get high on the way to the airport and get to LA and whoever picks you up has some ready to go for you?
My thing is, you're flying to LA where there is weed.
Legally.
Why couldn't we leave it behind?
Legally.
All right. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It was real. It was fun. Do what y'all do.
And how do you say, like, I forgot it in my bag? Like, you would notice as soon as you left the car, start walking in the airport, that you don't have this aroma around you.
I think at this kind of time, this is when you need to have a JP. Or a PJ.
6 ounces in his, so that it wasn't like he had a carry. He had it in his backpack with the magazine of the gun, and 6 ounces, over 6 ounces a week.
He needs a PJ. They all need PJs. If you don't have a private jet, what are you doing this for? And you're going to LA. You're going to LA.
He took his shy character and made it life slide.
My thing is, these guys should have in different cities that they frequently go to. They should already have their weed guy. They already got their barber. They got barbers in different cities that they go to. Like, why can't you have this be a thing too? You're flying to LA. You can have 10 blunts waiting for you when you walk in. Whatever. You really have to take what you left in Texas. Has already
got those 6 ounces for you from somewhere else.
6 zips is already over there. And then some.
Or how high
was he?
How high was he getting to the airport that he didn't think of taking?
He probably had 7 ounces on him. And smoked that before you got caught up. So that's the way he's acting.
Alicia, yes. What was he? We all are curious. We'd love to see that interview. Hopefully TMZ can grab that.
I don't even want to hear the interview. It's just dumb.
I don't
because the thing is you're flying to California. You're going to Mecca, one on every corner like a 7-Eleven, and you couldn't leave that behind.
Why?
It makes no sense.
So it is a state jail felony, so what they call it in Texas. Yeah. You could face up to 2 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. What people don't realize is that although marijuana is legal in some states and medical marijuana is legal in Texas, is that it's still illegal federally. And the federal law is what oversees the jurisdictions of airports and air travel.
Right.
So it's just nice to keep that in mind as well. But yeah.
I don't think it would have been an issue if he flew PJ.
Right. Or if he just didn't bring it. If he had a private jet.
Yeah. That's why it's so important. But the thing of it is why even take it with you when you're going to California? Like, you had a time while you were down there. You could have left it with your peoples. We're like, you know what? Catch y'all on enjoy that, whatever. I'm about to go to Cali where it's green.
Hey, hold this. Put it up for me. Take half. Yeah, I don't care. Take it all.
Whatever. Do what you do. I've been real.
Because guarantee whatever fine he does pay is going to be way over the value of that 6 ounces.
I'm already look, forward thinking. I'm already looking at green bushes in California. I would leave that there.
I can imagine because of what you may get in Dallas compared to what you probably could get in LA.
But I mean, yeah, that too.
Roll up to Snoop's house. I mean, come on, Snoop will hook you up.
That's what I'm saying. There's resources there. You didn't have to be that thirsty to hold on to that. You could have been like, look, that's like me saying, oh, I'm about to go to Seattle. No need
and
to
take a bunch with you. No.
Yeah, stop it.
It's legal there.
Even if I go say, oh, I'm gonna go shop and get some. Why would I go buy gummies for a trip to Seattle when I touch down in Seattle?
Touch down. It's not like he can smoke that on the plane. I mean, you're on a plane. A, you can't smoke anything on the plane. Number two, you don't. I just can't. Your cup is out. Woo, Lord.
You know, sometimes we get in these roles when we start acting and we end up taking over the characters that we think we are.
Right.
Because just because you play a dope boy on The Chi doesn't mean you are one.
And he plays a great doughboy on The Chi. Like I enjoy his character on The Chi.
Listen,
however,
I would rather wake up to Christmas with those boxes. Tell you that much.
Hello.
I wouldn't have had no complaints.
I had zero complaints.
None whatsoever.
Boxes, but hey, what's up, Ms. Ballandish? So at this point, no athlete should be traveling. I mean, you would think, current athlete or a former, you would think
people can barely get a flight out. People are out there dealing with delays.
Cancellation.
You had a guaranteed Delta flight to LA.
And
nonstop.
Well, somebody on the standby list was happy he got stopped.
Yeah. But why are you taking these types of risks out there when people can't even guarantee a flight out?
And think of the other part of it too. Your Dodgers expected you to be there. Supposedly for him, he has a visit with his daughter. You're supposed to go see her, and now you're not.
It's all dumb.
Hey, what's up, Heather? How are you today?
Twitter tore him up. Hi, Heather.
I believe
Twitter tore him up.
Listen, Donnell, we still don't understand it. It wasn't like he was flying to South Dakota. Maybe it would have been a little bit difficult to, figure that out or find that. You're going to California, LA. You're going to Mecca. Taking a flight to LA.
Greens. Why would I take my basil with me? Because I know in Texas it ain't like that. Come on. Maybe. We're close to Mexico. Maybe. I don't know. I better not prejudge.
I wouldn't.
But you're going to California. Stop it.
Yeah, that's
dumb.
Oh man, it's a lot. So
you don't have a team. Yeah. I mean, who are these friends that are like, yo, who are your
people?
Let
you out the car and say, oh wait, here, you forgot your gallon Ziploc of marijuana.
Your
Take
peer
it with
group?
you.
Like, what? Who is on your team right now?
What? No one said, hey, bro, let me hold that. You can't take that with you, man. You're high. Stop. Nobody said that?
Somebody said, I don't know.
Maybe, okay, let's give him the benefit let's give him the benefit that he could have been in an Uber and maybe nobody there was with him and his team.
Nah, somebody's
his
with
group, his posse.
Like, who's your team?
Tiana wasn't dropping him off. I'm sure she would have made the conscious effort to say, yo.
Oh, absolutely. I do agree with that. I think she would have. But I look at this mugshot and I'm just thinking somebody had tweeted on Twitter that you could tell he drinks, smokes with a lot of the White Owls. The White Owls. I died.
Yeah, I mean,
I tell you. These are the White House Cigarillos. Oh my God.
Not the White House, no. All right, we're gonna move it on to some Major League Baseball. There was a passing recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact, in the sports world, and so we wanted to just play a quick little video that the Giants had done for Mr. Vin Scully, who died at 94. Listen, this guy is 67 years as the broadcaster for one team.
Yeah,
your Dodgers.
I was born with Vin Scully.
That's all you know. It's all you do up until was it 2016 or 14 or something?
Yeah, right before our World Series is when he retired.
He was the longest time as a broadcaster with any one team. From Brooklyn to, you got some miles on. And he went from Brooklyn to LA with this team.
And what we got, I don't know why I keep picking this up, sipping nothing that's not in it. What got me liking him even more was the storytelling of each player. He gave you context. He gave you background on who they were. It's like you got to know your team. Interesting little factoids in between play. I mean, Vince was that guy.
He did it. All right.
He
Well,
made it fun. He made it fun to listen to baseball. He made it fun to watch baseball. I never had a problem watching baseball games on TV.
And the Dodgers also have a VIN now on their jersey in honor
yes,
of
they
him
do
as well too. So here's a quick little video.
Earlier tonight, we were so saddened to hear of the passing of legendary Dodgers broadcaster Mr. Vin Scully. The entire Giants family extends its condolences to the Los Angeles Dodgers, family, friends, and fans of Vin Scully, a broadcasting giant for more than 70 years. Mr. Scully's impeccable delivery and incredible storytelling skills left an indelible mark on the sport that he fell in love with as a young fan of the New York Giants. His legendary Hall of Fame career will forever have a lasting legacy on sports fans across the world. Mr. Scully was loved by so many, and his great respect for both our fans and organization made him beloved here in San Francisco. Rest in peace, sir. Thank you for all that you gave to this great game of baseball that we all love. You will be so deeply missed.
Oh, Vin.
So is it that you guys are awarding the championship this year in honor of Vin? Is that it?
I hope so. That would be nice. And I want us to be playing the Yankees when we do.
Man,
that's a matchup I want to see.
Although, shout out to my Mariners who won the series 2-1. Granted, yes, Aaron Judge was not playing today. He was sitting out, which is weird because
I'll take it. I'm celebrating with you guys.
I'm taking it because we literally are 4th in the AL right now. So, of course, we're behind the Astros in the West, but we are actively in that hunt for the wild card spot. You know, we made some accusations.
Acquisitions.
Acquisitions. I got a little too much into the Jugadores part. Luis Castillo, he made his debut today against the Yankees, got his first win. The guys helped him up because that first inning we were at bat, they had 6 runs. There was 3 home runs in that first inning. So good game for the guys, the Mariners. We also received a couple other. We got a catcher. We got like a left-handed pitcher.
One of our players is on to you guys.
Jake Lamb, who is a Seattle native. He was a Husky baseball player. He was born and raised in Seattle, so he's coming back to the Pacific Northwest to play for the Mariners. Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Dodgers, you guys got Joey Gallo. I'm not sure how you feel about that one.
I mean, I'm fine with it. We don't want Juan Soto like that.
Yeah.
We don't even care about that. We're doing all right. I think we're doing okay.
Donnell, stay calm the Mariners pilot. I get the pilots. I got a pilot's hat. You know, I'm just, you know, you don't call your, I don't know, I guess. Yeah. I want to hear you call every team by their the Negro League names, because that's what the pilots were. But anyway, we didn't have the money for Soto. Listen, we want to keep Julio. We got a whole plan around Julio. We need to keep him. He got hurt again with the hand, got hit by a pitch, so he's out for a few days, hopefully.
Oh wow,
not a whole lot more, because you know it's that push right now. Everybody's trying to get it. But of course the Juan Soto deal, that was a lot for everybody. What I saw funny is they called it the Los Dominicanos Padres, because you got Tatis,
brothers,
Machado,
or Dominican
Dominican Padres. Yeah, they're getting it in. I mean, Padres did that, and then they went after that. They went and got who was it? Drury or something from the Reds. So they got a couple sluggers out of it.
You know what?
I know most of the Dodgers fans are just like,
I'm not even shook. We're not even tripping. You see where we are. You see where we're sitting.
I mean, yeah, you number one. I mean, you good. Yeah, you're Gucci. Good. I hear you.
We're good.
And I'm just glad I'm glad I'm not in the National League too. So,
but like I told some fans, I don't like when we're sitting number one, and those times when we have the best record.
I know you don't like that.
We don't make it to the World Series, but I have a sneaking suspicion now that our number one, we're not going to be shook, and I think we'll be okay.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah. I think we'll be good.
You guys. It's football. I know I got my Kingdom hat on because.
What hat are you wearing?
My Kingdom hat.
Oh, okay.
So if you know about baseball, this is where the Mariners started, was in the Kingdom. But this is almost the same last time we won we made a playoff game. Granted, it was in 2001 or 2, but the Kingdom went down in 2000. So I'm missing a year or two there, but this is like around when we had our big Ken Griffey
Nice.
Jr. days and stuff. So many days at the Kingdome and center field behind Ken Griffey. Yeah. But anyways, it's football season. Officially, it's August. It's football. The Raiders are kicking off in Canton tomorrow night against the Jaguars. 5 o'clock Pacific time, people. So if you're in here on the West Coast with us, 5 o'clock, or I think it's like 5:05.
It's 5.
In the Hall of Fame Stadium. So,
I'm ready.
Yeah. You're ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm excited. I'm just glad football's back.
I am too. And I'm so excited to go to the practice.
When are you going to training camp?
I'm going to training camp on the 18th.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'll take some footage. Shout out to my girl, her history, everything that hooked me up with this. Sandra Douglas Morgan. Shout out to you, girl. Thank you for hooking me up with the training camp.
Yes.
Get to go and see these boys. So be able to take some footage and give you guys clips on that. But I'm excited. Yeah, that was dope. Thank you.
I love
Sandra.
it. And make sure to give her big congratulations and stuff for us
so
too.
Proud of her.
Yeah, that's so dope. So dope. So there was also Deebo Samuel is officially staying with the Niners. He signed a 3-year big contract, $71 million. DK Metcalf signed his extension on Thursday. He signed for 3 years for $72 million with $58 million guaranteed. I forgot to put the picture up, but it was back together again Saturday on NFL Network. They were going through all the training camps, showing all the different people arriving and all the fans. Now, the picture I had wasn't from Saturday, but I'm sure people that have watched the show that love sports, there was a couple pictures taken from the Washington Commanders training camp where there was literally maybe 6 or 7 people behind the barricade. That's it.
Wow.
That's all.
Well, it's not going to be like that at our training camp. I know we're going to have some representation.
No.
Then my
of course
coworker just got back from San Diego's training camp and said that there was a lot of people there, and of course she's going to puff up her chest saying they look good,
Right. Shout out to my girl Litzy. She went to Rams camp today.
Oh, nice.
And knowing how hard it is for me to still deal with my 54 turning into a 45, she sent me this quick video and a couple shots.
Oh, wow.
Bobby.
Oh, wow. Yeah, y'all gonna go into the dark for a while. It's a little fade to black season for you guys.
It's tough.
Hopefully some restructuring and some stuff will happen.
I'm mad because honestly, this weekend my plan was to be in Seattle on Saturday for the Mariners, Sunday for the Aces at Seattle, and Seattle's last home game for Sue Bird, and then Monday or Tuesday be at training camp because they had like a pup adoption, an animal adoption while at training camp too. But needless to say, I'm not going and I'm home.
Why aren't you going?
I've got a terrible 2-year-old to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
My little girl Tilly, she home. So
Hannibal Lecter, I
gotta stay home for a little bit and make sure things are good around the house. But she's been doing good, so I do appreciate. I want to give a big shout out to her fosters, Lexi and Amanda Johnson, as well as her trainer Nicole. They've been really supportive, and I appreciate their help with my little terrible 2. I mean, listen, toddlers and humans ain't the only ones that can deal with issues come 2 years old. Because
I'm just I saw the Hannibal Lecter thing you had him in or her in.
Yeah,
and it just like,
but that thing is like a miracle worker. Like just having it on, she doesn't want to play. She doesn't want to move. She doesn't want to get on the couch. She doesn't want to jump on you. She don't want to do nothing. She's just like, I'll chill. You can pet me. I'm good. It's like an instant calmer for her. So it's like her security blanket, maybe. I don't know. Anyhow. And then of course, you guys, it's my favorite time of the year coming up, but I hope you watch with me. HBO's Hard Knocks is coming back with the Detroit Lions. Season starts August 9th. You can now watch on HBO as well as streaming on HBO Max. This is actually the one Seahawks game I'm going to this year, away game. I'll be in Detroit for the game. So I'm excited to kind of also watch this, do my own little scouting and whatnot and understanding of what the Lions got going on. But it's coming.
Yeah.
Comes football.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I already got the fantasy league set up. Nordy clubs
Yes.
out there. We're already setting up our fantasy
Oh, I
stuff.
gotta do ours. Who won our league this year? I forgot.
I forgot.
I gotta look into that. But we'll get that.
I'm not
kicking off,
doing
too.
3, so
You're not gonna do ours?
I don't think so. Well, I have the Nordy one.
They're all
and
like
I have that. I already gave my money to the Pete one. And last time I did 3, it just was a mess. I've got to focus. I
all
really
the
only need
excuses.
one,
Do y'all hear
technically
these
speaking.
excuses? I mean, I
To
could
be
see you only
honestly, I
need
need
one to be
one.
paying for, but this one you don't pay for. So whatever, you know,
I
if you miss
mean,
it, you miss it.
I'm not juggling the one. I mean, I need
All
one. I
right,
can't
y'all.
juggle
So
one,
you
too.
heard it first. There is an opening in our Girl Chat Sports
Yes.
Ladies League. Ladies, if you're out there and you're not part of the league already, feel free to hit us up, girlchatsports@gmail.com.
I ain't doing it.
You didn't want to play in the WNBA
I'm not playing.
fantasy league. Don't want to play in the football league.
Well, I can't do WNBA fantasy after coming off an NBA season. You guys did not do a long NBA season like I did. I was done.
But I understand that.
burnt.
But NBA, they play like every single, like WNBA was like 2-3 games a week, and
I was burnt.
Can preset your
I was
thing.
burnt. I would have probably been dead last. I would have never checked in. It was a waste of a slot for me to do it. I know what I would have done, and not to mention I was in that anniversary sale. There's no way I'm doing that. No,
I hear.
Count me out. Count me out.
Into some sad news though for Paige Bucks. Listen, she tore her ACL in a pickup game on Monday. I'm curious to know the surroundings of the pickup game. Was it school related? Was it just your friends? Was it you were traveling and got into a pickup game? Because that's tough.
That's what I'm talking about. I need context to these stories. You just can't tell me the ending and no details.
So she's out for the entire season.
I know.
Already after she had missed most of last season due to an injury on the same knee, and only really got back right before the tournament started to play full force.
Crazy.
So our prayers up for Paige. I mean, she'll be a junior this year, so she does have one more year at UConn, which hopefully, things will be great for it. I'm sure she's got a lot of support. I'm sure like Sabrina and whoever else can reach out to her when people that have had these torn ACLs, Kelsey Plum probably could reach out to. I mean, it takes a village to help you get through that, I'm sure, and to mentally deal with that. And man, that just sucks. Terrible news for her. I caught part of this game today, and you know me, I'm not an Xbox gamer, but the New York Liberty, they unveiled the Xbox-inspired basketball court at Barclays Center. It was yesterday and today. Yesterday, they got blown out by the LA Sparks. Today, they played the Sparks again, but won 64-61. It was much closer. Sabrina had a great game. The ladies took the series to 1-1. So this is the only gaming-inspired hoop court in the WNBA. It's also one of the only alternative courts in the entire WNBA. So that's fire. Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was interesting to watch a game be played on it that was live. Like that was a little more like I'm trying
that
to
had to be cool though.
Yeah. It was good.
That'd be cool to see.
Right. What else was happening? Sylvia Fowles is now the 5th player in WNBA history to surpass 2,500 career field goals, which is dope. And listen, the Aces.
I missed yesterday's game.
They got beat by the Mystics.
I totally missed that game.
I believe it was like 83-73.
Wow. Well, we knew this was coming.
We haven't been able to beat the Mystics. We haven't been able to beat the Mystics. We knew this was coming. Yeah. So they're under 500 against winning teams in percentage wise. They do have 2 more games. So they're on a long road trip. They got to go play in Dallas on Thursday. They go to Seattle on Sunday. They return here and got 3 games straight for the end of the season. Excuse me, including so they come here on Tuesday. Their first home game is the 9th. But the Sunday at noon on the 14th is the Sioux Birds final game. It's also the Aces final game for the season, regular season.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Asia had a double-double again. She was also named the Kia's Western Conference Player of the Month for July. This is the second time she's got it in just this season. But
That's
the
what's
bench
up.
got to step up. The bench, there was a whole discussion board I read about, Derica maybe needed to go back to the bench for her sixth woman duties because she's, not really producing. And that's not
It's a
her
hard
role
rhythm for
under
her in this
Becky
one.
Hammon. But I was looking at just stats today on the game. Like, even if you put in like TP or Kia Stokes, they both get about that same 5 or so, 6 rebounds and a few points. You could easily put one of those guys in as starter and maybe have Derica come off the bench to get that bench going, because the bench is just...
Could be, but she needs to play her bench more often. This is the first time now she's getting desperate to utilize her bench, and she hadn't been. These girls are playing long games, and when she puts them in, it's only when they're up by 10 or 15 points. So
right.
I really would like to see her know now that that's beneficial. And to your point, I agree with you to have the Derica Hamby factor come off of the bench being a second unit player. It would get them motivated, but it also give them kind of the confidence to see how that looks and what that looks like. Instead of kind of going out there looking blind.
A lot of people were kind of against it because they're like, well, she's a starter. And if you look at kind of the stats of like a TP or Kia, or I forgot the French girl's name again. If you had her, they all had the same kind of stats as far as rebound wise.
Well, that's what you were saying, and I don't see why that would be. So, my thing is they don't have a big center since they lost Liz, so they're trying to figure out how we're gonna play.
And they have Derica to cover more of the guards and forwards. Like, she can do both, which is why what's the reason why she's in the starting position. But I just feel like, but yesterday everybody wasn't getting defended. Like, there were people being open for shots. They were getting lost on screens. They weren't covering. They weren't. There was no help. We'll see how that goes. As far as the rest for Vegas sports news, bless you.
Oh, I'm sneezing.
The lights again are out until the 20th. They have, I think, like a 4-game road. They have 3 more road games before they come back home on the 20th. The Aviators are back home as of tonight. Tonight was Bark in the Park night. They're here versus Reno. It's a pretty needed homestand with them against Reno because they are behind Reno 3.5 games in the Pacific Coast West League. So we're number 2 now behind Reno. We have 5 games against Reno. So if we can catch at least 4 of these, that would be great and get us back in the number 1 spot. But it is $2 beer night. There's fireworks on Fridays. And then they have the back to school lunch sack on Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. And for anybody that misses football live too, on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Oh gosh, I hate things on Friday.
It is Friday the 13th coming up.
Friday the 13th is when the IFL national title game at Dollar Loan Center will be here. So the Arena League that was here.
Yeah.
Our team didn't make it, but it's between the Quad City Steamwheelers and the Northern Arizona Wranglers in the championship, 5 o'clock on Friday the 13th at the Dollar Loan Center.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I got and then of course you wanted to also talk about Bill Russell and his passing. Talk about another great, he was 88 years old, 11 championships, 5 MVPs, Hall of Fame career. I mean, anybody who knows basketball,
Lord of the Rings,
should definitely know Bill Russell, as well as all that he gave to not only the sport, but in a lot of different ways within society and culture, and the fight for justice. So prayers to his family, and all those are with him, but he was a great guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though
I was kind of shocked by that one. Not shocked, but taken back.
They did say that he had passed away peacefully in his sleep. So I'm glad.
That was
it's
great.
Always nice to know to hear that someone is passing in their sleep, and that's peaceful, and families around you. And so
that's a great, better way to go. I shouldn't say that's great because it's a sad situation, but I mean that's great that he had no pain and no suffering and that kind of thing. But
that's what we don't like to hear. So before we get into sneaker drops, it's not too often that I have a sneaker story, but this one, boy, did it catch my eye today. So there is a guy named Michael Malazeta out of Eugene, Oregon. And if you know Eugene, Oregon, not only is it the home of the Oregon Ducks, it's also the home of Nike. He had a company called Zeta Kicks LLC, and he swindled thousands of people across the nation in a multi-dollar scam involving sneakers, as reported by the feds. So the Ponzi scheme had tons of Jordans and Yeezys. He had like a decade in business. He was charged last week with wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, money laundering. He falsified 15 loan applications, more than $15 million in bank financing. He was taking orders for shoes that he didn't even have and he couldn't get. He was selling these sneakers for prices below market price and before the manufacturer released them. So let's say a pair, Air Jordan 1s were coming out for like $220. He was selling them a month before for like $150. And they were legit because there was a whole article. If you get the article, there's a guy that was buying like 300 pairs of this and 400 pairs of this, and all those sneakers he got were legit. So currently, after the Fed seized all of his money and he's in jail, he still has 60,000 pairs of sneakers in his warehouse. I just want to find the auction. When are we going to auction off these sneakers? I'll make a quick trip. So what's crazy is that they talk about having these backdoor agreements with retailers or maybe with Nike themselves. He was able to act. Okay, so this is the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't have a picture of them offhand, but there's the Jordan 11 Retro Cool Grays. So these were released back in December 2021. He had sold 600,000 pairs of this shoe, and he only had 6,000 on hand. 600,000, and he only had 6,000 on hand. He pocketed $70 million off that one shoe that he couldn't even provide. And his thing what kept the scheme going is that whenever people would buy a shoe and he couldn't give it to you, he would say, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry I couldn't get you the shoe. I'm gonna give you a store credit or a site credit for my store," and it would be like double or triple the price the person pays. So the person had paid like $200, they're getting a credit for $600. They're probably not as stressed in assuming they'd be getting the other shoe.
Yes, or whatever shoe they want.
Mm-hmm.
So, he had a good hustle going, didn't he?
Man, I cannot believe it. Could you? Oh man, I couldn't imagine.
Sneaker thing is getting out of hand.
It's ridiculous. And they said it really was what happened was not only that one sneaker that he had way overly sold, was that it was a pandemic and everybody had time at home to sit and be buying these sneakers and selling these sneakers and finding another source of income and being the sneaker dealers. Just insane.
You're not even going anywhere at that time. You're in the house. So you're just buying
just got
stuff
a collection
that
going.
You make it out.
Yeah,
just collect.
But it's crazy. Like then if you read the article, like people. So this guy has supposedly selling this many, but the people that are buying from him are still buying in bulk, and then they're selling off their things. Like guy was like, "Yo, I had purchased like 300 of the Jordan whatevers for $150. I'm selling them for resale for $315. I'm making $10 million. I'm making like $174,000 myself off of those 300 shoes. Like, where are you putting all these shoes?
Shoes are just out of control right now. Secret Game's just gotten way out of control.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
It's just gotten out of control. It's stupid. I mean, I can't believe this guy. And the thirsty for these sneakers.
But you $15 million
like you're not even
going
through gold or stock
like you're not even in loans.
You're going a whole nother route. Like you're going off of freaking.
Needless to say, the business is no
Craigslist
more.
portals.
So don't try and look for it.
The sneaker websites.
It's over.
You're not even doing Flight Club. Like y'all really. Wow.
All right. So for some sneaker drops, we're gonna get into the sneaker drops. First up is the AJKO one. This is a Rush Orange. I mean, I got this new thing for orange too.
It came out today. It was on Nordstrom.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It said here on the 5th. So maybe
so that's not it. It's the red ones. Then that was online.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So these come out on the 5th. We've got the 5s, the Dark Concord. These come out on the 6th. I like these, but I don't know. I like that silver tongue for some reason. I like that silver. Mm-hmm. Let's see. The AJ1 lows, the blue heel. These come out on the 9th of August. I know, it's kind of nice. They had a good image of it. I forgot to get the backside, but yeah, those are pretty nice.
Oh, I know it's fire.
We've also got the Nike Dunk Lows. This is the Premium Vast Gray. These will be out on the 9th as well. Plain with some different fabrics and stuff, it looks like. Cortez is celebrating its 50th anniversary, teaming up with Union. They've got the light smoke on the top left and the lemon frost on the bottom right.
I like those.
These will be out on the 10th. So
I think they're so cute.
on
I like
the
those.
sneakers app. Yeah. I like the ones on the right, I think, the best.
I like them. They're cute. Either
yeah,
one
and
I
it's the
can roll
50th
with.
anniversary of the Cortez. Like, that's pretty cool too. Yeah. And then these, the AJ4 women's, these are women's. They're Canyon Purples. I want to call these the Snuffleupaguses because
Honestly.
all I see is Snuffleupagus and maybe like a little bit of Oscar the Grouch. Like, I feel like, this is their shoe combo right here.
Is that purple or brown?
It's purple-ish.
Oh, okay. So it's Grimace.
And it just had like that fuzzy suede kind of look to it.
So it's like the Grimace 4s.
I just the Snuffleupagus.
Or
the Snuffy 4s. We'll just call them the Snuffy 4s. Yeah. These ones are pretty cool too. These are the last I got for today. These are the Air Jordan 1 Lows, the Glitch. These come out on the 12th. So obviously for those old school gamers out there, for the Super Nintendo, the Sega, even Atari, you can kind of see like with the bricks, the clouds, the award trophy. This is for those OG gamers back there. And these will be out. Did I say that on the 12th? Yeah, these will be on the 12th. So, yeah, for them gamers out there. I do have a few girl power shout outs. Someone had sent this or posted, I think this is the Girl Chat Sports. I wanted to acknowledge it as well too, because the women's European soccer this season, they've had the women have had the 3 highest attended matches in European football this year. The first game, Barcelona Wolfsburg, over 91,000. England versus Germany, over 87,000. Barcelona versus Real Madrid, over 91,000. Wow. Crazy. That's man. They beat all the men in the European football out there as far as in attendance records. That is phenomenal.
I love it.
I would love to see a soccer game in Europe, though. I mean, that just seems like a whole other kind of level of sports craziness. Like, I love that.
Yes, vibe.
Also, shout out to Sue Bird. Not only is she retiring, but she also got she's also part ownership in the Gotham FC, the National Women's Soccer League out there in New York, New Jersey. So, of course, she is a New York native. And it's dope that she's adding this to her personal profile here, a personal resume. Ownership.
Yeah, that's dope.
Ownership.
Yeah.
And speaking of ownership, Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and the Ariel Investments co-CEO and Starbucks chair Melody Hobson both are part of the Denver Broncos ownership group. Melody had been first joined in back in, I think, early June and was like the first Black female, the NFL minority owner. And then just recently in July, Condoleezza Rice joined in. They're also teamed up with Rob Walton, the Walmart heir, and the 7-time F1 champion Lewis Hamilton. So big shout out to them. And that's all I got.
I love it.
And that's a wrap. Before Mo's phone dies and cuts off on us.
That part.
We're going to beat all of that. So, hey, guys, we appreciate y'all. Enjoy the week. Enjoy your weekend. Come back. Check us out next Wednesday. If you're just catching the end of this, it replays. You can go back to our YouTube, subscribe to Girl Chat Sports, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Girl Chat Sports. And we will catch y'all next Wednesday. All right.
See you later.